At this time, I would like to call our public hearing regarding the potential closure of Uwharrie Ridge 612 to order. We always start each meeting with a word of prayer, and I'd ask Mr. Cutler, will you lead us in on tonight, please?
Sure will. Let us pray, please. Dear Lord, as we face challenging decisions, we ask for your wisdom to light our way. Give us the discernment to make choices that align with your will and lead us all to be closer to you. May your presence bring us peace and confidence in the midst of uncertainty. I ask for your blessings on all that are here tonight and their families or those who are listening. Thank you for your guidance and grace. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Mr. Cook. Once again, good evening, and thank you all for coming tonight. Tonight, we are having our public hearing to hear your concerns about the proposed closing of Uwharrie Ridge 612. Your hearing process will be as follows. You will have 3 minutes to express your concerns, and I ask that everyone in this room be respectful to each other. Please do not exceed your allotted time. Our board members will take everything that is said tonight into consideration, and we will continue to be diligent over the next week before a decision will be made next Monday night. Also, as part of any public hearing, our public comments within a governmental board meeting, the school board members, Dr. Gainey, or any other support staff will not be answering questions or comments made during the meeting tonight. This is your time to present to us. With that being said, we hope everything goes well tonight. The legalities have been made and addressed. I would also like to address everyone here and listening online tonight to let them know that we appreciate the communications and the comments that we have received from emails, shared petition, phone calls, personal conversations, mostly from very caring people from the Uwharrie 612 community. And the classroom students, employees, former alumni, over the last few weeks, they have reached out, and we appreciate you and your concerns. I do want you to know this is a very difficult time for all involved, and it's sad that we are actually having to consider closing the school. But we also have to make decisions that affect the whole school system now and in the future. With all that being said, we're going to begin the hearing now. I will just go straight down the list, and like I say, when I call your name, you'll come up and you can state your name and whether you're a student or parent or what your affiliation is, and you'll have 3 minutes, and I will have to cut you off when the 3 minutes is up so everyone can have a turn, okay? So the first person on the list is Travis Ball.
Hello, my name is Travis Ball. I am one of the representatives of Uwharrie Ridge 612 student body. I am here on the behalf of my fellow students, parents, and school staff. I will run down 2 compromises that seem fit to the majority surveyed students, parents, and school staff. My first proposition is to let the school naturally phase out. This would include the following steps. Number 1, freeze enrollment to the both middle school and high school. Number 2, allow students to finish out their years here at Uwharrie Ridge. Number 3, each year, due to the drop in student population, the school's budget can be cut each year until shutdown. Number 4, after the class of 2029 of Uwharrie Ridge graduates, shut down the school. This option would allow a 3-year plan to be set in motion by the school board without hasty judgment and allow students, staff, and parents to organize and plan their kids or their future with minimal disruption. You're not just voting on a building, you're voting on the future of the kids' lives. As a junior of Uwharrie Ridge, I am worried that me and as well as other juniors will be chipped out of our class rankings. Our class rankings are our spotlight for scholarship programs. If they are diluted from more academic competition, like transferring to a different school whose population is higher than ours, that means we are chipped out of hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of potential scholarships. My second proposition goes as follows. If you're not going to shut down the school, at least let the juniors graduate from Uwharrie as the class of 2027. Let us take classes at other schools next year, but let Uwharrie Ridge stay on our diplomas. And let our class rankings stay the same. For years we've been told to work hard for graduation day. All we're asking is a chance to experience that day with the class we started with. Uwharrie Ridge isn't just another school. It's one of the few places in our county where students benefit from small classes, some of the highest ranked teachers, and the best special education programs out of any school in the county. In this country, decisions that affect families are supposed to be made with consent of the people, by the people, for the people. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Travis. Leslie Hefner.
Hello, my name is Leslie Hefner, and I'm currently a junior at the Ridge. I have been at this school since 6th grade, making this my 6th year. It has become my home away from home and my safe place. It's not just a school. It may look like just a school from the outside, but we're not. We are a family. Some of us consider people at school closer than our family members. We are simply a small school that is unique. I came from a two-story, huge elementary school. I know what the big schools are like, and I will not go back to that. Big schools are not for everyone, and small schools are not for everyone. We have things at a school that you cannot find anywhere else. For me, I will end up switching to a private school or go homeschool. The hours of tears, sadness, and conversations that I have seen in this past month feels unbearable. Those are a couple of things that y'all are not being able to experience and see. Y'all are not considering the hurt this decision is already causing. Y'all are just looking at money and numbers, not the students. We are not being put first. Our school has always been looked down upon and not given a chance for anything. New opportunities and programs are not given enough time to grow. Being bused to Southwest for sports stopped just after a couple of years. This was the main reason my peers moved for high school. The agriculture program is also another example. Our agriculture program was amazing, and we had people come to our school just for it. Again, after just a teacher change and no time to recover, that also got taken away from us. We just got a new amazing principal and assistant principal. I can already see a positive change because of them, and y'all gave my principal 6 months without much of a chance to do anything. Tracing back to us being a family, he knows every single person in our school. You cannot get that anywhere else. He knew my name just from seeing me around campus before the first week of school was over. If y'all would just let us have a chance with programs and opportunities, we would be able to see more of a rise in enrollment. My last and biggest point is this decision's effect on the junior class. Me, along with many others, only have 2 classes left to take before graduation. I would be considered a Southwest graduate, even though I would take 2 classes there, and I have taken 39 classes at Uwharrie Ridge. I'm currently number 1 of my class and on track to be valedictorian. However, if y'all make this decision to shut our school down, I will not be valedictorian anymore, and because I have not had the same opportunities that others have had at different schools, such as AP classes to boost their GPA. This will affect my applications for colleges and the offers I should have had the chance to get. I'll be losing thousands of dollars. This is not just an adjustment or something to get over, it is a life-changing decision. To the board members, please consider and pay attention to the life-changing effects because of the decision and consider us students. I'm extremely worried about what this will do for people's mental health and our future. And to Uwharrie Ridge family, remember the true reason this is happening is because of the huge move of faith I have seen this year through all of us. The Bible tells us that the stronger we are with God, the stronger Satan attacks. Thank you.
Okay, Jennifer Hefner.
Can you go first and then me? I
Sorry.
was trying to switch us.
Can Kate and Hefner go first before Jennifer?
I was just trying to switch us around.
That's fine.
Thank you. Good evening. My name is Caden Hefner, and I graduated from Uwharrie Ridge in 2023. Uwharrie was a great school for me. I was obviously very small. I graduated with 52 kids in my graduating class, but it was an amazing experience, and it was some of the closest relationships that I've built. I moved from Cabarrus County in 2018 from Harris Road Middle School, where I had about 1,200 kids in my entire school, meaning I had 400 kids in my grade alone. And then I go to Uwharrie Ridge 6 through 12, where there's about 400 kids in the entire school. So it was a huge change, but it was God-given and a huge blessing. And I was able to thrive myself, I think, in the band program with Miss Angel Freeland. I was not able to even audition for all-county band in Cabarrus County, and whenever I came out to Randolph County, I was able to place first chair my first year, and was able to place the following 4 years as well. I was able to maintain better grades, being third in my class when I graduated. So it was an all-around great experience academically, competitively with band, but more so the people experience. Randolph County has been nothing but a personable experience. My 8th year here, when I first moved out here in 2018, I had an issue with a faculty member. We called you Dr. Gainey. My mother did, and you addressed the issue on a Friday evening at about 6:30 or 7, which was outstanding and felt extremely personable and really nice to have the support. Mr. Anthony Grosh handled it that following Monday, I believe, in his office, and was extremely supportive and kind. I've had great relations with Tracy Boyles on the shooting team and many faculty members back here. It's been really great and really touching, so I'm highly disappointed to see that this closure is happening and taking away this opportunity for this small school and this small program. That was my awesome little sister up here, Leslie Hefner, and she's done greater and better things than I have. But my little brother is in the 6th grade this year at Uwharrie, and he is a lot like me. He's very quiet, calm, and introverted sometimes, but still outgoing. But I worry about going to some of these schools outside of Uwharrie Ridge. They're going to do to him, having these larger class sizes, not having this personable one-on-one experience. So it is very much bothersome and very concerning, knowing that this is a possibility. So I do just pray and ask that you would see that it is a personal effect. It is taking place on the students, faculty members as well, but largely the students. I'm reminded of the saying, students first in all we do. And with all due respect, I just don't see how this can be placing the students first when making this sort of budget decision. So I do just, again, pray and ask that the Lord's will would be done. And if it be that Uwharrie would stay open or a better alternative could happen, that would be awesome. Thank you guys very much for your time. Have a good evening.
Okay, Jennifer. Jennifer, help.
My name is Jennifer Hefner, and obviously you see my kids have already came up here, and what an impact it's made on all of them and what it's made to us. I'm the parent representative of Uwharrie Ridge, and I have been to the boards, at Google Meets, and Mr. Gainey, you talk about the amount of income that comes out of our school from kids moving to private schools or home schools or charter schools, and I don't believe that the majority of these kids are going to stay in Randolph County. I believe that they're going to go elsewhere, and I know many of people have already said that they're going to, so that already loses a lot of money. I don't have a written down speech to give to you. I'm just speaking from my heart, but I can't feel that this would be beneficial to any of these kids here. Again, my daughter will lose her statue of where she's at in the school. My son will not be where he's going to be if he were to stay at Uwharrie Ridge and have him to go somewhere else. I believe there's other budget cuts that maybe could be looked at versus just shutting it down. But if you were to shut down our school, maybe give the people time and give us the opportunity to look to what best fits our school. Because if your main agenda is our kids and what their best interest is, this is not the best interest. And I, as a parent, can't put my children of where they need to be. And there's nothing I could do for Leslie to give her the opportunity that she deserves and that she's so hard for, and the other kids at this school work so hard for, the opportunity for their colleges and stuff. So I pray that your hearts will be open and softened, and your eyes and your minds, and that God's will be done. And I really truly believe that God's moving so big in the school, and that's why that we're being faced with this, because our school has grown so much, and our faith in our community that we're just being pounded. So I pray that you just think of that. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Timber Blevins.
My name is Timber Blevins, and I'm a Randolph County school nurse. I have taken care of many of your kids. These are my children from kindergarten to graduation. 390. They deserve to stay in the building that was built for them in 2002 for our community, but to send them back to an overcrowded school, you're asking for an unsafe environment for my kids. I have 50 kids with IUPs. I have 8 with AU that will not survive in an overcrowded school. That's my priority, is my kids. And it will always be my priority. This community needs to know that this low wealth funding has been going on since 1991 and has continued to today. This fund has not been away. We have averaged $7.5 to $8.5 million in the last 10 years from this fund. 1 year, we received $10 million, which was last year. So you're closing my school for 1 year's funding. Let's go into the governmental fund, the leftover money that you have at the end of the school year. At the beginning of July 1 and 25, you had $13.8 million in this fund. And that has grown over the last 4 to 5 years. The average in the state is only $7 million. Yours is double that. Yes, that means you're looking at numbers and not my children. Randolph County has changed because of this low wealth funding, because of our capital gain, because of Toyota. They influx $1.6 million into our revenue. That's the reason why we're losing low wealth funding. It's not because it's not there. It's because our county has got the money to support our kids. And I guarantee you, in May or June, when you present your budget to the county commissioners, you're going to ask for $2.3 million or $2 to $3 million to support our kids. They have the money. Their budget has went up by 5.4% last year alone. That's $200 million. They have the money to put into our schools. If they don't put it into our schools, they can go right down to this building down here at the jail and add another 100 units. My kids need more than your money. And I will stand up and I will fight for every one of them. From my grandchildren, to my daughter, to your sons that came through my school. They're more important than $1.3 million because they are our future. And if you close this school, you will close down my community that I grew up in and I have lived here. My taxes went up 2 years ago to support this school, and it needs to be remembered that. And I will fight for them till the day I die because they are my future and they are your future. And if you don't stand up for them, no one else will. And if you can't vote for my kids, then maybe you need to step down and find somebody that will.
Michael Shades.
Good afternoon. So I have some things that were written by students who were either too afraid to talk or weren't coming. So I'm going to read some of those. I'm also the author of the petition that's been going around. You guys should look at some of those comments from family members like Ms. Levis and like the Hefners and other people that signed that petition. So I have a comment here that says that Uwharrie Ridge is a peaceful, good environment for kids who struggle with the majority of loud, overpopulated schools around here. I don't think moving everyone to, she notes Southwest would work, no matter what studies show kids would struggle with a loud, crowded environment. You heard that from some of these kids. Let's see. Another student. From my experience, I went to another school for 3 years and was constantly bullied. I transferred to Uwharrie Ridge and haven't gotten bullied once. Uwharrie makes sure people have a safe place to grow. I've got all of these and more. I think the $1.3 million that Ms. Blevins mentioned, if you hear some of these kids when they talk about losing their scholarship, is $1.3 million worth that for even one of those kids to miss out on Duke or UNC? To miss out, to be able to do that? What about the kids that might drop out? Is $1.3 million worth one of them? How much is that $1.3 million going to do for the rest of the school system? I guess that's my question. Continuing on, I hope you guys look at the petition. I hope some of you sign it, if not all of you, and show your support for these families that I work with every day. I appreciate all they do. There's a lot more people that want to talk, and I want to get these kids up here to talk because they're doing a great job. So with that, I'll cede my 44 seconds. Thank you.
Tiffany Rush.
Good evening. I've been in prayer not only for Uwharrie Ridge staff and students, but also for each of you who are tasked with making this decision. I know that as the board, you are responsible for deciding what's best for the majority of the school system as a whole. However, you cannot come at the expense of an entire population of students and employees. We simply must find another way, or at the very least, not hasten this closure. While there have been many attempts over the years to grow interest in our school, many of those efforts were either rushed without proper implementation, without sustained support needed for success, or were prematurely terminated before they had the chance to fully take root. True growth takes time, and often what many would deem as failure along the way. It's easy to look at this situation from a distance and come to the conclusion that our school should close. Anyone can find numbers and statistics to support whatever narrative they want to tell. But we are more than numbers on a spreadsheet, we are more than test scores, and we are more than projected enrollment charts. Unless you are directly connected to Uwharrie Ridge, it's extremely difficult to understand the community that exists within and beyond those walls. Uwharrie is not a building, it's a school family. Myself and 3 siblings went through Uwharrie. My younger brother was part of one of the first graduating classes. My nephew attends there now, and my niece has been counting down the days until she can start 6th grade there next year. For the past 6 years, I've been teaching in the very classroom where I once sat as a 6th grader learning math. I hurt knowing that a school that has meant so much to so many could be shut down this abruptly after only becoming public knowledge a few months before the end of the school year. I hurt for the students who will be forced into schools that they did not choose under the notion that this will not negatively affect them. Transitions of this magnitude do have effects. I hurt for the staff who have devoted decades to this school family. I hurt for students who need the support of a smaller school and tight-knit community for basic survival, let alone their education. Many of these students are going to slip through the cracks wherever else they end up. I understand that everyone has a job to do, and there is no decision in which everyone will be satisfied. My job as an educator is to truly put students first, to advocate for them, to stand up for their best interests. If I'm not willing to do that, then I should not be in this profession. I believe everyone within the education system has that same responsibility and duty. It's time to actually live our school system's motto for all of our students. I understand budgets are complicated and hard decisions must sometimes be made, but closing this school is not a true solution. It's a temporary one that will create further problems down the road. Uwharrie is a home, and this is a community worth fighting for. Thank you.
Tommy Cox or Tammy Cox? Tammy, I'm sorry.
Hello, I'm Tammy Cox. I'm the student advocate at Uwharrie Ridge. I'm speaking tonight for our school closing, and I'm asking to keep it open, but I want to shed a different light on things. It was very insulting at the last board meeting being told how bad we all feel at the school. I've been working with Randolph County Schools since 1988. I came to work at Uwharrie Ridge in 2018 in October. We had our first high school class at this time. The first week there, I heard someone in the office say, "I told you we were set up to fail from the beginning." I'm wondering, why did I come here? Now I see that, but it's made to look like it's the people from Uwharrie doing it. I want to be respectful, but I also want to share some things that were told that we had failed on, but we don't see it that way. Our high school of choice. My first year was the first year of high school. I drove the bus all over Randolph County. Seagrove to Randleman, everywhere, taking the high schoolers home. That's because we offer transportation inside the county as a school of choice. The next year, that was cut. You wanted to be a school of choice, you had to get your own transportation. The sports, I definitely remember the day in 2019. I remember a lot of tears in our staff meeting when we told that our high school students would no longer be able to play sports at Southwest Randolph. They were going to have to count all the students at Uwharrie Ridge, and it was going to move them up to 3A, and they couldn't be competitive there. Did our admin lie when he told us that? You said we didn't have enough participation, but we were just starting to build the high school. It only had freshmen and sophomore at the time. We've had different admin. Our last lost complete interest after that day of the sports. I've had him to tell, and I'm the student advocate, so I sit in on these. Students, 16, you're no good, you need to just drop out. As soon as you can, you need to leave schools. Guess what? Some did just that. I had a 16-year-old, told he needed to drop out. The next day I signed him up for Britain Academy so he could get a diploma. So how can we get numbers when the county left the admin there that didn't care about the school and left them there several years? That's not our failure. Now we have an amazing admin team, and the kids and faculty respect them and know that they're cared about. You don't even want to give them a chance. That's not fair to us. First time in years, everyone's excited to come to school, work, and you say, let's give up. What are we teaching our kids? This is actually the first year I was able to do my complete job as a student advocate and not be a substitute in the classroom. Talking about our college classes, the GPA was set so high that those kids couldn't get into those. That's why those numbers were wrong. And I just want to say, you don't realize how many homeschools and alternative education I've set up since the last board meeting. How many kids in my office, if they would drop out before they go to Southwest or another larger school because they have already tried that. Those of us that work with these high school students are doing all we can to keep them not to drop. And this is a lot of young people giving up a diploma. It is very sad. Thank you for your time.
Maverick Allman.
Hello, my name is Maverick Allman. I'm here on behalf of the Uwharrie Ridge 612 body. I've gone here since 7th grade, and I've seen so much growth in those around me and in myself. Randolph County School System's slogan is students first in all we do. But is that really true? If it were true, then you would realize the immense damage that this closure would have on us and our futures. Here's a list of ways that this will affect the junior class specifically of Uwharrie Ridge. Research from the National Center of Education Statistics has found that the students in smaller learning environments are more likely to enroll in college immediately after high school. By closing the school, you are essentially destroying the opportunity for students who want to get into a desired college. Number 2, research on school closure shows that students who change schools often experience academic disruption for 1 to 2 semesters, which is all that we as juniors will have left. Stress from adapting to new teachers, longer commutes, and new social environments can significantly lower GPA as well as mental health and well-being. Number 3, a study from the National Federation of State High School Associations found that students in smaller schools participate in activities at higher rates. Participation in clubs, teams, and leadership roles increases college readiness and scores. These experiences are valued in admissions and scholarship decisions. I believe that it is cruel and unfair that I cannot graduate from the high school with the people that I've grown up with and from the school that I've grown up in. I've experienced the switching of schools. I know the mental toll that it had on me and that it can have on others. I went to Southwest for 9th grade, and being introduced into a completely new environment ruined me and messed up my grades significantly. After I moved back to Uwharrie, a place that better suits how I learn and interact, my grades went back up and I felt much happier. I pray that something today will reach your hearts and change your minds. I trust that the Lord has a plan for us, and I know that His will shall be done. Have a blessed night. Thank you.
T. Yates.
Just I can't hear you.
It's like T. Yates. T. Yates. Man.
Yeah, T.
T. Yates.
Okay, so my name is Tana Yates, and I've been going to Uwharrie Ridge 612 since 6th grade. I had to go homeschool because of COVID, and it was really hard for me to go homeschool. I don't want to have to do that again. It was really rough. My mom doesn't have enough gas money to take me all the way to Southwest. We don't have enough time to be able to go all the way out there, so much further. Most of these students, we love this school, and most of us have a really good relationship with our teachers. We don't want to go to a new school and have to relearn our new teachers and have to think about like how our relationship's going to work out with them. We can walk in a room and our teachers automatically know that we're having a bad day or not. But we don't want to go to Southwest. We don't want to go to some school where we don't know the teachers at. And with the smaller classrooms, it helps some of us learn. Because speaking with someone with an IEP, it helps me because some students, it reduces behavior issues, and it helps the teachers with one-on-one time within that 90 minutes that we have in high school. A lot of the times, these teachers work hard to help us learn. And a lot of the times you're talking about our test scores being so bad, but the reason why they are is because you're throwing a computer on their face. When it's time to test, and testing on computers is not what we need. We need to learn on paper and pencil, and I think that is the best way. I love these teachers to my whole life. Miss Green, Miss Smith, Miss Parson, they have helped me so much. Miss Springsville, they've helped me so much with my IEP. When I was in elementary school, I had to be in a classroom full of students, and it did not help me at all. My mental health was going bad. And ever since I moved to Southwest, my mental health has gotten a lot better since I've been there. Thank you.
Molly Fallon. I may say that wrong.
Hello, my name is Molly Vaughn. I live in Uwharrie Ridge 612. I've been here since my 6th grade year. I've always been on graduating from this school. I was only one year left. I'm asking you to reach your close in the school. Do me going on my course load every year. I only have one class left to make the graduating requirement. I have worked extremely hard to get to this point. I'm a full-time student. I work basically a full-time job as a patient care assistant. During my job, I have experienced more than most people my age, even adults, have ever seen. And it's helped me grow as a person to take on a lot of responsibilities, more than most. All my teachers are aware of what I carry outside of school, and they support me in every possible way. They understand my workload, goals, and my learn. Even if I need help, I will ask. In a larger school, I want to have the same personal connection or support. Here I am, not just a number. I'm known and understood. All my siblings came to this school as well. Uwharrie Ridge is more than just a building to me and my family. It's part of our story. I respectfully request that you think about the students like me who have worked hard and planned on finishing our journey here. Please consider what the school means to all the faculty and the students and all the families that it serves. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Sharon Hughes.
Hello, my name is Sharon Ridge Hughes. I'm a lifelong resident of the Jackson Creek community and a supporter of Uwharrie School since the very beginning. I was among the group of community members that stood before the county commissioners in the late 1990s requesting the formation of an additional middle school to relieve the crowding at Southwest Middle. I stood before the planning board in favor of rezoning the land on Pleasant Union Road where the new school now sits. And I was among the group of parents who worked for years raising money, tens of thousands of dollars, for the new school's grounds and athletic fields and athletic program when those funds were not provided by the county. You see, Uwharrie has been under-supported and underfunded since the very beginning. And I'm going to offer this example because this is the one I'm most familiar with. When the school opened its doors in August of 2002 and split from Southwest Randolph Middle. We had a beautiful school and a beautiful campus. But the county provided only enough funds for football and softball uniforms, the two fall sports, and that was it. We were told if we wanted to offer any other sports, we had to raise the money ourselves. And so, the communities came together, Jackson Creek, Farmer, Tabernacle, New Hope, Cedar Grove. The community came together and raised over $80,000 that first year so that Uwharrie could offer the same athletic opportunities as Southwest Middle. Not only that, members of the community volunteered their time and equipment and resources to grade the athletic fields because those were not provided either. Our dream was that this school would not only provide educational and cultural and athletic opportunities for our students during their middle school years, but it would also provide employment opportunities for community members and also become a community hub, providing a venue for community meetings and activities and cultural events. Our dream was that this resource would be available for many years, even many generations. But here we are, just a short 24 years later. And if this school is closed, my grandson won't even be able to benefit from all the work we did those years ago, getting this school started. Shame on this board if you let this happen. Shame on the county commissioners.
Thank you.
Are you sure it was 3 minutes?
That's
Yes.
not fast. Well
No,
spoken,
you
Wynn.
need
You did a good
to
job.
stick with the 3 minutes so you can
Yeah.
get through. There's a lot of people here.
Okay. If we don't keep money in our public schools, our whole society is going to suffer. Thank you for your time.
Katie, Elsa.
Which Katie?
Okay.
Okay.
You miss that. You miss that.
Good evening. My name is Katie Heskett, and I am a parent to a high schooler at Uwharrie Ridge and also a regular substitute for the school. I am here today to let you know what kind of school Uwharrie truly is. It holds a special place in our community and is home to students who thrive in a close-knit environment. It brings together teachers and staff with students in a way that a larger school cannot. In 2019, it was decided to no longer offer sports for high school athletes at Uwharrie Ridge. If you look at the study that was done, you will notice the decline of numbers starting the following year. While there are probably other factors that caused our numbers to decline, such as a charter school, this appears to be one of them.
If students were not allowed to transfer out of district, including those high school athletes, what would the numbers at Uwharrie Ridge truly be today? While we may still have lost some, we may not have lost as many with the decision to no longer have high school sports. Uwharrie Ridge is not a school, it is a community where teachers and staff know every student by name. It is a school that serves students who excel in this personalized environment. Students are able to build close relationships with teachers, and the teachers strive to help every student succeed. Within our small schools, students not only learn math and reading and history, they learn what it's like to be part of a true community. They learn responsibility, teamwork, leadership, which when moved to a larger school may be difficult for some. The teachers at Uwharrie Ridge pour their heart into their work. They continuously encourage our students to do their best, provide extra help when needed, and provide support when life may be difficult for the students. They know the students and see them as young people with potential, not as numbers or test scores. The impact of a teacher cannot always be measured in just grades or test scores. I understand there are budget and number concerns, but the value this school brings to those it serves should also be looked at and considered. I urge you to look at the impact closing Uwharrie Ridge will have on those it serves, including the students, teachers, and staff. Again, it is more than a school, it is a community, and we should be living by our motto, students first in all we do. Thank you.
Stacy York.
Good evening. My name is Stacy York. I come to you tonight not only as a parent who currently has 3 and next year would be 4 kids at Uwharrie Ridge, but also a lifelong Randolph County citizen. Tonight, I'm fighting to keep Ridge doors open for the sake of my 4 kids, these amazing students, and the staff. My oldest son is a junior at Ridge. Most of you might recognize him, or at least by his name, Zane York. He's been putting Uwharrie Ridge out there in the local and state level band competition world, telling everyone, yeah, it may be a small school, but I love my school and I wouldn't want to go anywhere else. It's a great school with amazing teachers. Well, he and 2 of his brothers had came home about a month ago from an awful day at school. Mom, it's like they do not care about us kids. We're just a number. They are just wanting to throw us into another school. This is home, not only for me, but for others. Other students, they need this school. I need it. I want to graduate from Uwharrie Ridge. It's been spoken that all students deserve to be seen and to be given a chance. And as our RCSS motto states, students first in all we do. Well, as one of my children said, sadly, money and numbers and statistics have squashed what's truly important. I believe that past financial decisions could have been better on a state and a local level. We've heard, well, we've exhausted all ideas and scenarios to keep Ridge open and to grow numbers, but have you? Are you listening to those kids? Are you seeing what direction some of these kids are going to be going into? Dig deeper. I challenge all of you to just go and take a field trip every day for 5 days. Get into the classroom at Uwharrie Ridge and meet with those students, especially those high schoolers. Ask them questions about what they'd like to see at Ridge. What changes could be made with certain elective classes. You know, one day when Zane is a conductor of bands at a university, he'll be preparing his students to teach and to conduct, and he'll tell this story right here. How he fought to keep his school open because his school is worth standing up for. Uwharrie Ridge doors are worth keeping open. Fight for your students because we vote y'all in those seats and entrust you, very much trust, to put students first in all you do. Now, show us and all these Ridge students and staff that you're not going to give up on the school. As it has been said through history, change can happen when you fight for what's right. And these kids are what's right at Uwharrie Ridge 612. Thank you for your time.
Zane York.
Hi, my name is Zane York, and I'm a junior at Uwharrie Ridge 6 through 12. I always knew that I would speak in front of a group of people like this, but not for this occasion. I knew I would speak at graduation with my great graduation attire and my family in the crowd, and my speech in hand. But that's not the case. Here I am speaking to my community with a graduation cap, without a graduation cap or gown, just a speech. I want everybody here today to know that Ridge is not a typical school, and the enrolled students aren't typical either. Uwharrie Ridge is a school full of students with a successful future. The class of 2027 at Ridge has future professors, doctors, nurses, teachers, and so many more occupations. All us students are very different and have different futures, but one thing we all share is faith. We believe our Savior Jesus Christ has His hand over our school and our lives, and we know that He has the power to keep our school up and running. When I become a successful music professor, I want everyone to know I graduated from Uwharrie Ridge. I want everyone one day to recognize the name of our school and say, this is the school that sets you up for success. I never walk into school dreading the day. Our small class size benefits us students that need extra help understanding the curriculum we learn. If we went to any other school, I would be struggling academically and mentally because of the large class sizes. We are the next group of students to be sent out into the world and to make a change for the good. In Matthew chapter 5, verses 14 through 16, it says, "You are the light of the world, let your light shine before others." I see that Uwharrie Ridge shines, and the light is trying to be covered by numbers and money to shut us down. All I ask of you guys today is to get in the shoes of us students and ask yourselves, how would this affect me if I was in their situation? Thank you for your time.
Raymond Dyers, I said hope I got that right.
Good enough. But I know Dr. Gainey knows me. I know Dr. Gainey knows my name is Raymond Byers. I graduated last year. I know Dr. Gainey knows me. I know he knows me very well because we've had several conversations, including a very important conversation that we had when I was 12 years old. When I was 12 years old, I was at Tabernacle Elementary School, and you spoke of my mother, and you convinced my mother to take me and my 3 siblings to Uwharrie Ridge. And now here I am, the only one who's going to be able to graduate. So I want to ask you guys, how many tears are worth that $1.3 million? How many buses are worth all those kids who are not going to graduate in a place that they chose? How many? I don't hear any words because you have nothing to say. Because you know what the right choice is. And so I ask you to actually think about the students. Put yourself in the classrooms that you claim to represent. I'm not here with sadness. I'm here with anger, as all of these people are as well. So do the right thing. Can you? Is it in your nature? I have to wonder. Because I know from talking to many staff members and many parents and many students that none of us feel that the school board actually represents the kids in those classrooms. None of us feel that the people that we elect actually give a damn about any of us. We vote you in, we do. So make the right choice. Is this school worth that money? Is that $1 million worth all of those students who are going to be shipped 30 minutes away to a school they don't want to go to teachers they don't want to be in classrooms with? How many dropouts does it cost until it's too much? Students first and all we do until it costs too much. Students first and all we do until the numbers don't add up. Students first and all we do until there's a room full of kids who just don't want to be there. Is that the legacy you want Randolph County to have? I hope not, because it's not the legacy that I want these kids to have. These kids that I grew up with, these teachers who taught me, who kept me from killing myself when I was in the 9th grade, they're the ones that pulled me out. Do you think those teachers at Southwest would have done that? Do you think they would have even known my name? I don't think so. So make the right choice. Do what's necessary for these kids, for these parents, for these teachers, and not for the wallets of the school board. Because that's all this is about. Do the right thing. I know you can. So let's do it. Thank you.
Mike McKinney.
Good evening. I'm a teacher at Uwharrie Ridge, and I would like to address in the report that was presented at the last board meeting, specifically about the additional teaching positions that are supposedly needed each year. From my own experience, many of those positions are listed but never actually filled. I know this because I applied for one of those positions. And during that process, I was told that the position I was applying for was not going to be filled. However, ironically enough, I actually came to know about Uwharrie Ridge, and out of that, I actually got the job that I'm in right now, okay? And so I just got to say that in the past 20 years of being in education, I have never experienced a place like Uwharrie Ridge. It's a special place. We are a family, if you haven't seen that already. I've come to understand both the community we serve and the unique needs of our students. The staff works incredibly hard to meet those needs. This school provides something that is hard to find in larger schools, like personal support and a close-knit environment where students are known, supported, and cared for. Our students benefit from that support and attention that can only be provided in a school of our size. It is that level of care that is essential to their success and is a primary reason I am passionate about the work I do each and every day. Another thing that makes this a special place is the community. Like you heard earlier about what the community did for this school to get it going and what it does, it continues and it has continued, and I've seen that. Because this community plays a major role in that support. Local churches even, and community members, they step up for the needs of our students. And they care deeply about the school and about the young people it serves. Churches pray for our school. They do prayer walks around our school. And those prayers are felt and seen by the work of the Holy Spirit every single day. And you've heard it. Like you can't sit there and not hear the Holy Spirit and what He's working there. So, in fact, also referenced in this report is that we have low participation rates and programs offered. However, I invite you on Wednesday mornings before school, come to see our students that lead a Christian gathering. And I guarantee you that participation is increased. So I tell you right now that God is doing big things at this school. You can't deny that, listening to everybody that's spoken today. God is at work. Don't get in the way of God's work. Because at the end of the day, if God has this, then He is going to provide the funds. And you guys know that. But please, be in prayer over this and vote your conscience.
Shante, something wrong.
Good evening. My name is not Shanta. I'm actually speaking for her. Sorry.
Thank goodness I didn't think you looked like Shante.
No. So, first of all, I want to let you know my name is Charles. And I have 3 students that go to Uwharrie Ridge. Beautiful, amazing girls that sometimes give me heart attacks. So, I would like to first start by citing some NC legislation, Chapter 115, C-72, with consolidation of districts and discontinuance of schools. Specifically, I want to understand Section 1, where it talks about which such school is located shall cause a thorough study of such schools. So I know you guys did a feasibility study, correct? There's a specific line in here that I want to reference, and it states, the inconvenience or hardship that might result to the pupils to be affected by consolidation, correct? Now, I would like to define that. And the statement is, the phrase, the inconvenience or hardship that might result to the pupils to be affected refers to an assessment of the potential negative, practical, or emotional consequences that students may experience due to the proposed change policy. Now, Mr. Gainey, it stated that you said that you concluded that the closing of the school would not cause significant hardships to students in grades 6 through 11, despite acknowledging some challenges in transportation. Now, I'm really going to cite the emotional part of it. Now, question, how many parents are here? Can you raise your hand for me? Now, how many faculty members are here? Now, can I ask you another question? Were you given a survey or any information about what it would cause or have any issues on your children emotionally before this? No?
No.
So technically, because it's in the bylaws, you might not have followed the correct ways of closing the school. So now I'm just mentioning that, listen, I understand. I have issues with the school when it comes to testing and such like that. But it'd be really sad if, a lawsuit may have come up because you missed something. So, thank you.
Carissa Skipper.
See if I can reach this. All right, good evening. My name is Carissa Skipper, and I'm here tonight as a parent and a community member speaking about the proposed closure of Uwharrie Ridge 6 through 12. For families in our rural community, Uwharrie Ridge is more than just a school building. It is a place where students feel known, supported, and safe. It's a school where teachers build strong relationships with students and families remain involved, and where the school itself is an important part of our community. Many of the students who attend Uwharrie Ridge today have chosen to remain there despite the fact that the school offers fewer opportunities and resources than larger schools. They stayed because they believe in their teachers, their peers, and the community that surrounds them. These students have shown dedication and loyalty to their school. It's only fair that the adults making the decisions about their futures do show them the same level of dedication in return. One concern many families share is where will these students go if the school closes. A large number of them would likely be reassigned to Southwest Randolph middle or high schools. These schools are already experiencing crowding, which was one of the original reasons Uwharrie Ridge Middle School was opened, and later expanded to 6 through 12 campus. Closing Uwharrie Ridge could simply shift the overcrowding problem rather than solving it. Another important consideration is leadership. The current principal has been in place less than 6 months at that school. School improvement, enrollment, and cultural change do take time. It seems premature to determine a long-term future of a school when its leadership has not had a full year to implement their vision or demonstrate progress. Transparency is also an important concern. Many teachers, parents, and even members of the community were surprised to learn that the closing of Uwharrie Ridge was being considered. Decisions of this magnitude deserve open communication and meaningful community input. Families deserve the opportunity to understand the reasoning behind a proposal before it appears on an agenda affecting their children's future. I also hope that the board will clearly explain the financial reasoning behind this proposal. If the school building must be maintained and utilities paid, and the teachers are being reassigned rather than eliminated, it would be helpful for the community to understand exactly where the cost savings would come from. Another concern is timing. The district's reassignment deadlines are quickly approaching, yet many families were unaware that those deadlines were near and due by March 15th. Families deserve the time to evaluate options and make thoughtful decisions regarding their children's education. I understand that the school boards sometimes face difficult decisions involving budgets, enrollment trends, and long-term planning. However, decisions that affect students, teachers, and communities of this magnitude should be made carefully and transparently. Rather than making a rapid decision about closing the school, I respectfully ask the board to consider allowing additional time to evaluate Uwharrie Ridge under its current leadership. Given the new principal and staff, a full year to focus on enrollment, performance, and community engagement would allow the board to make a more informed decision based on clearer data. At the very least, phase the school out as it was phased in. This will also allow parents and students time to prepare for their futures. At the end of the day, thank you for your time.
Thank you. Katie Howland.
Hello, my name is Katie Hiley. I am a class of 2023 alumni of Uwharrie Ridge. I am very grateful for Uwharrie because it presented me with many opportunities in that I was able to further my education through RCC while I was still enrolled at Uwharrie. And doing so has helped me to grow so much in my business to where I am now able to own my own business at 20 years old, not long after I graduated. I also wanted to highlight the clubs and other opportunities throughout Uwharrie that I was a part of, such as Uwharrie Sportsman, and I was a part of FFA, SGA, and many other organizations through the school. I have learned so much about being able to run my own business and to learn so much about the real world opportunities rather than just typical curriculum that you would learn in any other school. I was at Uwharrie my 6th grade year, which was still Uwharrie Middle, and I was there throughout the transition to Uwharrie Ridge 612, and I was able to be a part of the 3-school system for the Leadership and Communication, Design and Technology, and Public Service. I learned so much through that, and to now be able to run a successful business and take those skills that I learned at Uwharrie into my everyday life and be able to share it with the community and through my clients in the Randolph County area. I am so grateful for all the staff, other students, and parents at Uwharrie, and I am thankful for the school board using wisdom throughout this decision and keeping the students first in all we do. I know it's not an easy decision for you guys, and I'm thankful that you will take time and make this decision wisely. Thank you for your time.
Ella Roberts.
And I'm gonna pass out because she has a speech impediment, so I'm gonna pass out a copy. Y'all can see what she, and this was her words. Okay.
My name is Ella Roberts. I am 8th grade at Uwharrie Ridge. I want to stay at Uwharrie Ridge until I graduate. It makes me feel very sad that Uwharrie Ridge may close. I feel sad because I want to stay with my teachers and my friends in my classroom. But they help me every day. They are kind to me and understand me. I love Uwharrie Ridge because I feel safe here. I feel important here. My teachers knows me. They help me when I need help. They are present with me. They just for me when I do something good. It just makes me feel happy. My friends here is very important together. To me, we learn together, we love together, we help each other, and if the school closes, I won't have to leave them in charge of a new school. That's very hard to me. Uwharrie Ridge is not just a school to me. It feels like home. It's a place where I belong. They think about the students like me when you make good decisions. I love my school, but I still stay here and go on garden. And Uwharrie Ridge, thank you for listening to me.
I wanted to say, she would not have been able to do that without not only just the special ed department at Uwharrie, but the whole staff. Every person in that school knows her, cheers her. My child that is in a self-contained class was able to cheer, play on the soccer team, all the things like a normal, typical kid because of the support being seen. That would not have happened at a big school. Nothing against a big school, but she is seen and she wouldn't be nowhere near where she is without that support and that being seen. Thank you.
Miss Angela Combs.
I'm really questioning signing up behind Ella today. I'm a lead teacher at Uwharrie Ridge, and I just want to come here to talk to you guys. I could talk to you about our data. I could talk to you about the 18.6 points in our composite growth that we made, or the 11 points in our performance growth that we made over the past 2 years. I could explain how allotments work at small schools, but that's not what I'm here. The truth is that you already have that information. You've got the data, you've seen the charts, you know the nitty-gritty about the school. What I do want to focus on tonight is these kids. These kids showed up tonight for this school. They came here themselves to ask you to keep their school open. And that should mean more than any statistic that's out there on any spreadsheet. When these kids are willing to stand up and speak for their school, it tells you something pretty powerful. They feel safe at our school, like Ella said. They feel loved at our school, they feel at home at our school. And these are just a small sampling of our kids. There's so many that wanted to come that didn't have the parental support to come. There are so many that their parents didn't have the gas money to drive them here. There are so many that have spoken in the hallways. They've stopped admin, they've stopped teachers, they've stopped me. They've asked, what do we do? And we don't have answers for them because it's not our decision. Before any of you in good conscience can think about closing the school, I do ask that you would just come out and visit the school. I know we had Mr. Keller came out last week. Come in when you're not in instructional time. Come out and join them for lunch. Sit down and talk to the kids and ask them questions and ask them why they love being there and what it has helped them as far as their education and how it's helped them grow as people. So just let us know when you're coming. We'll make sure the cafeteria has something good for you. And I just want to thank you for all the time and taking the words of these students and the student body and the effort that you see them making, and just take it to heart and just remember that they're the ones that we're here for. Thank you.
Anna Henson.
Hello, I'm Anna Henson. I have an 8th grader at Uwharrie, and she's really wanting to graduate, but it don't seem like that's going to be possible. She's had it rough since her father has passed away, and her youngest is excited to come because she's going to be coming next year to 6th. So it just, I understand the school's not scoring the way it needs to, but where my girls have been, they have shown coming out of their shells. It really, really, really makes me proud of them, and they wouldn't be that way if they weren't in a small classroom. And I just wanted to say, please have a thought of helping your students. Thank you.
Laverne Henson.
I'm Laverne Henson. I'm a grandmother. And when you hear the students and the teachers talk about fulfilling their potential and getting that education and doing it all at Uwharrie, how can you close the school? I'm going to follow up with what my daughter just said. Those girls have really been through some issues. They've had anxiety issues, and they've been able to work through some of those issues at Uwharrie. And I just don't think they're going to make it at Southwest. I really don't. I just feel like Southwest is going to be too overcrowded to really be able to work with these students that need that special help, to recognize their potential, and to move on through the education system so they can have a brighter tomorrow. And I do feel like all the students do have that right to a good education. Thank you.
Susie Byers.
Hello, my name is Susie Byers, and this is my sister, Emily Sane. Walking around the baseball field at my school did not seem that important, but for me, in the 7th and 8th grade year, it was. I finally felt comfortable enough to tell my fears about the future, heartbreaks about the past, and the constant worries about the present. My friends always seemed to have the perfect thing to say. Uwharrie Ridge is a lifeline for my and my many other teens' years. If it wasn't for the school, I would have never met my best friend and went roller skating. If it wasn't for this school, I don't know where I would be today, and that scares me. I'm scared what I'll be in the future, even though I'm supposed to be worrying about the present. If it wasn't for Mr. Chavis, I wouldn't know my rights. If it wasn't for Miss Parker, I wouldn't know what communism is. If it wasn't for Miss Fansler, I would not have liked reading. And if it wasn't for Miss Rush, I would not be in the drama club and act. If Uwharrie Ridge gets shut down, there's no telling where my future will go. There's no meaning to the words and students and all we do, but every sign and post I see still sing these words well. You can't say students are priority when you think changing the lives of hundreds of students won't affect them. I refuse to learn in a trailer. The teachers will be overworked and underpaid. Last week I was in my favorite place ever, the library, and I saw something that shocked me. A cookbook that was made in 2002. The cookbook said, serving rising 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, students from feeder schools in the Tabernacle and farmer attendance area. Uwharrie Ridge was established to relieve the overcrowding in the southwest Randolph area, dedicated in 2002. It has the capacity to serve 750 students, but I believe it has touched the minds of many more. It says Uwharrie was built to house 750 students, but that was in 2002, with the grades 6th, 7th, and 8th. But this is 2026 with grades 6 through 12. Not even mentioning all the businesses popping up. When I'm with my family on a trip to somewhere, I get bored and look out the window. I look and see all the businesses under construction and more houses being built, preparing for families to want to join our small town. If we tear Uwharrie Ridge down, there will be one less school for families to choose from. That'll get other schools uncomfortably cramped, and the students will get the attention they need. If children live with praise, they learn appreciation. I've learned and loved how to appreciate the community inside the white, blue, and gray walls of Uwharrie Ridge 6 through 12. Thank you.
Mr. Green.
Dr. Gain, members of the school board, Uwharrie Ridge faculty and staff, students, families. Thanks for showing up. Thank y'all for being here and listening to these concerns. I wasn't planning on speaking tonight. And I sat down with some students and said, Mr. Green, what you want to say? So I was prepared. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to read for my cell phone kids. They know they can't have it out in class, but I've written some things down here. My name is Brian Green, and I have the privilege to teach health and PE at Uwharrie Ridge. And I've been there since the start of the school when it became 612 school. I'm also a parent of a former middle school student there. I brought him there because the idea of him going to ATMS, which was one middle school feeding into 2 high schools, just seemed too big. So it was a family decision. My son began going to Uwharrie Ridge the first year I worked there part-time as I was finishing my Master's of Christian Studies degree. I was blessed to get to coach baseball from that first year until this year as I stepped aside to make way for my assistant to come on board and take over. I've also been blessed to coach girls basketball for 3 years. 1 year as an assistant, 2 years as the head coach. I was not really sure what to expect this year, losing both principals, Mr. Hill and Ms. Bullington. But it's been a blessing getting to know our new principals, and I've been looking forward to working with them and our staff as we face the challenges everyone has been talking about. When Mr. Lohr asked me to give one thing that stands out that makes this school special, I answered community. Now, I was talking about people in the community. Everybody else on the staff said our team community, but our staff, you're part of that community. We're all together. So, as a staff, as a community, we're not perfect, but we're dedicated to what we do, and we're thankful for the support many families from Tabernacle and Farmer offer to make this a special place to be. As a former athlete and a competitor, I learned the value of teamwork. Right now, the idea of closing down our school feels like a huge loss for our team and the community we serve. Years ago, while teaching in West Tennessee, the head of school told me, Mr. Green, you know winning isn't everything, but playing to win is. We all know that this decision is not a game time decision. It's not a game. Only time will tell how the decision that has been brought before our school to close down our school will end and extend or end the heritage of our school community.
Thank you, Mr.
A school that's combined both Tabernacle and Farm to be the community it is. So I appreciate your consideration in this challenging time to make the best decision, and I trust you will. Thank you.
Thomas Byers.
As I stand here today, I realize that this goal is just one person. I'm speaking against everybody behind me and the other rooms behind us too. I see this school as a huge family. I wake up every day and I realize that there's one place I'm going to. It's like heaven for me in this room. I realize that this school means so much to me that even so I might have failing grades like a 40 or a 60, but I realize that this school means everything to me. Every teacher that stands with me, every student that stands with me, every staff member stands with me means so much to me. Even so, people want this school to shut down, as you. I despise them people. You see us, pain and suffering of how our school's going to shut down, of your threat. For example, my friend Tidwell over here, hey Tidwell, this teacher helped me from I was in 8th grade and also she helped me in 9th grade. I was going down to 60 in Math 1, and she helped me raise it through a 70. Me and her every Tuesday from 3 to 4:30, we were out there tutoring for me. She helped me so much. Awesome, different teacher wherever she's at, Miss Brush. Raise your hand. Over there, Miss Brush, Miss Smith, and everybody. Miss Freeland helped me so much through this school. I have higher grades if it wasn't for them. I would be bummed out, probably on a sidewalk if it wasn't for them. Them people stood their time out of their day to help me go where I am today. I have a 60 right now in my math class, but I promise you, Miss Roberts, wherever she's at, hey Miss Roberts, she will help me get from a 60 to an 80 in one semester. If I can help myself with these teachers behind me too, I can make this school show what this deserves. I promise you guys, every woman and man in this school and in this table, and all of them people can show what dedication means to our school. I promise you that this school, the Uwharrie Ridge 6 through 12, can help us. There's one word that I imagine that this school's gonna help us out. Give the power to Uwharrie Ridge. Thank you guys so much.
Ryder Henlon.
Hey, my name is Ryder Henlon. I'm a student from Uwharrie Ridge. I am a part of the baseball team, basketball team, and football team. I am here to talk to you all today about not shutting our school down. We may not have won a game this year or last year, but that's not what it's about. It's about learning good sportsmanship and making friends. We have won the sportsmanship award several times because this school has taught us life lessons and how to respond to failure. And rise above, I have made the most friends at this school, and I really don't want to lose them. Several kids I went to school with at Farmer are now at Southwest. If stopped letting people use our school as a school of choice and choose to go to Southwest and other schools instead of our enrollment numbers would be so much higher. I love our school, our teachers, and the staff members. They have been a big part of my life, and it's not fair to them to shut our school down either. A lot of the students will be left behind or forgotten if we had to move to a school with a lot more kids who play and learn the life lessons. The sportsmanship we have learned will not make teams at Southwest, and I will feel so sad for these kids. They deserve the same opportunities. One of the biggest reasons I want to stay at the Ridge is because I struggle with some of my school subjects. My teachers have helped me so much because we have smaller class sizes and the teachers work so hard to help each of us. At the school with more students and bigger classes, I feel I will struggle even more. Please don't shut down our school. Think about the students, put us first. Thank you.
Haley White.
My name is Haley White. I'm a teacher at Uwharrie Ridge. I've been at Uwharrie since 2020. I was here to see the first graduating class. Now I may be here to see the last. And honestly, it just not feels like enough time to truly see what this school could become. Since 2020, I have seen growth. Our test scores have gone up, our students have made progress, and our teachers have worked hard to build something meaningful here. For example, our 6th grade math scores were number 2 in the county. 8th grade Math 1 had 100% passing. Those are real accomplishments, and they show that our school is moving in the right direction. We also just got new administration this year. Leadership needs time, school needs stability, and students need consistency. You cannot expect long-term success if people aren't given the time to build it. I truly believe every role matters because every student matters. And for many of our students, Uwharrie has been a place where they felt supported, successful, and seen. I just hope that before the final decision is made, the growth happening here is recognized, and the school is given the time it needs to move forward. Thank you.
Macy Elvington.
Hi, my name is Macy Elvington, and I've been going to Uwharrie Ridge for 6 years. And as I'm sure you've heard, Uwharrie Ridge is truly an amazing school and community. Yes, our numbers are low, but I honestly believe that is what makes our school so impactful. And even if we are considered small, there are still over 300 students attending Uwharrie. That is 300 students losing their school, a school some of us have only ever known.
We are being told that we will all be sent to the same school because of district lines, but I know for a fact that will not fully happen. And I believe you know that too. I refuse to not be able to graduate with these people I've grown up with. These aren't just my classmates, they're my family. I haven't just been going to school with these people for a few years. Some of them I've been with every single day since kindergarten. Some of these are my sisters. I truly consider them my family. I cannot imagine spending my last year without them because ever since I've been at Uwharrie, this is how I've always pictured it.
I don't want you to think that I'm just an emotional kid and I don't know what I'm talking about, because I do. And I know that what I feel isn't purely just based on my emotions. You're shutting us down to what? Reopen the school in a decade because now our population numbers are too low and we need more space. This decision is unfair, not just to us, but also to the staff. The teachers at Uwharrie are some of the most amazing people I've ever met. Some of them have helped me more than they will ever know, and not just academically. The teachers at Uwharrie don't just teach, they learn. They take the time to learn each individual student's best learning tactics and emotions. Teachers like Ms. Kratz and Mr. McKinney make learning boring things like American history and watching paint dry fun. Every single class I have taken here has given me something I will carry with me. They do not deserve this. I love this school with all of my heart. It is a second home to me. No matter the money or the numbers, this is an incredible place.
We have waited years for someone to come and help save our school, and once we finally get people like Mr. Thor and Ms. Weeks, you threaten to shut us down. People who do their jobs exceedingly well. I've personally seen a major improvement in our school since these two have stepped up, but the second things start improving, we're threatened with a school closure. You say students first in all we do. If that is truly what you stand for, then please put us first. Not the money, not the numbers, but the students. Give us a chance to show you how far we've come and how much further we can go. Please don't make this decision knowing how deeply so many of us love this school and how badly we want it to stay open. Thank you.
Elizabeth Diamond.
Good evening. My name is Elizabeth Diamond, and I live on the Trinity side of the district. I'm here tonight as the mother of a 7th grade student at Uwharrie Ridge. I'm asking you to reconsider the recommendation to close our school. The superintendent's letter cites enrollment decline and potential savings, but we must look at what those savings cost our children. My daughter has flourished at Uwharrie Ridge because of its size. The smaller class sizes have allowed her to grow emotionally and academically in ways larger schools simply can't allow. We are talking about students, not just a line item in a budget. The letter mentions concerns regarding staffing and testing. However, our current principal has not even had one full school year to implement a vision and address these challenges. It's premature to shutter a school before giving new leadership a fair chance to turn the tide. If staffing is the issue, we should be looking at redrawing district lines to balance the enrollment, rather than forcing a closure that displaces hundreds of families. If this closure proceeds, my daughter will be reassigned to Southwest, and it's not a simple transition. From our home in Trinity, Southwest is significantly further This means much earlier mornings on a bus, which we know negatively impacts the mental health and performance of our kids. Can Southwest Middle truly accommodate this student influx without compromising the quality of education for everyone? Increasing class sizes at Southwest will only replicate the very testing and performance issues the district claims to be solving by the closing Uwharrie. I urge the board to look for alternatives, redraw the lines, and give our administration more than a few more months to show results. Please don't trade my daughter's emotional and academic stability for a budget projection. Thank you.
Aiden Edmonds, Bridget.
The school needs to be safe for the children and teachers because it's more easier to get to school. They have smaller classes and they show great effort and care about our feelings and help us learn and make a smile on people's faces every day. I only have 2 years left. I have an AB honor roll and I've done great with my teachers about IEP.
I'm Aiden's mother. Like he said, he has 2 years left. I have a 7th grader that has 1 year left of middle, hopeful to go to high school there. As a parent, it was heartbreaking hearing about it over the news. I feel like we should have had more time. And I live 10 minutes away. You're wanting to put them in a school that's 21 minutes away. I have one child with an IEP. I have another child that's type 1 diabetic. Let's face it, we only have a nurse at the school so much. A mother's peace of mind, knowing that I'm right there if she has a medical emergency, means more to me than anything. But I know that these teachers, they're there for these kids. They listen to these kids. These kids need the support. They need something that looks toward their future. They have that at Uwharrie. I have an oldest that was the first graduating class of Uwharrie Ridge. I feel like this money is not what's more important. These children, they're our future. Y'all all would feel the same with y'all's children. I'm a taxpayer. We've had, it costed money building the school. I feel like you're wanting to throw it away.
Well, I don't have much time, but I feel like that, and maybe I'm wrong, you folks are the ones that gets to do the voting when there's a school built, when that school was built, am I correct? What in the world are we doing here now, this soon? You know, that building's not old enough to be condemned or whatever. I don't understand it. You voted in, now you're here to vote it out. I can tell you one thing, I'm glad I'm not in any of his position. I speak it like it is.
Charlotte Kramer.
Oh wow, I'm short. My name is Charlotte and I'm a 6th grader at Uwharrie. I'm here because I really don't want my school to close. This decision would have a big negative impact on me and my family. First, I want to talk about mental health. Uwharrie feels safe and comfortable to me. I know my teachers, they know me. Smaller class sizes helps me feel less stressed and more confident. If I move to a much bigger school,
I'm worried I'll feel overwhelmed and anxious. Smaller class sizes help me learn better because the teachers can give me more attention. Right now, my school being only 11 minutes away from my house. If school closes, I will have to travel 30 minutes each way, which means almost an hour commute and longer bus rides. That's a lot of extra time away from home. Homework, rest, family time, earlier bus times means waking up much earlier and can make it harder to focus during the day. Another part is that my brothers and I would be separated. Right now, being in a 6-12 school means we're all together. If school closes, my brothers would go to high school and I'd be somewhere else. It makes me feel safer knowing we're all in the same place. I also love our sports team, our community. Because our school is smaller, everyone knows everyone and supports each other. It feels like family. That's something you can't easily replace. This change would also affect my 11th grade brother. He has to transfer to Southwest. His class rank could drop because they offer AP classes and our school does not. That is a lot. That is not fair to him and what he's worked so hard for. Our test scores are rising. That shows our school is improving. Smaller class sizes help students succeed. Closing our school now would stop that progress. Thanks for listening to me.
Okay, Ms. Ward, if anyone didn't sign up or come in late that wanted to speak, has anyone, I'd be glad we'll let them speak.
I think you said there was one hand.
I would like to add also, can I come up as a staff member, parent of Lakeside from Ella?
So we need to.
I went up with Ella, can I come up also, just as Beth Roberts?
We need to get everybody's name when you come to the podium, identify yourself by name so we can get that on the public record, okay? So just make sure you know that when you come up, the board chair will bring you up, but when you start, make sure we get your name, Mr. Heflin, and we'll go.
Hi, my name is Brandon Hefner. I had no plans on coming up here and speaking this evening. Definitely didn't write anything down or come up with a speech, so this is straight from the heart. And I want to tell you, we moved from Concord, North Carolina in 2018. God called us to a place I'd never even heard of, Farmer, North Carolina. And we brought our 3 children here to a piece of heaven on earth. We come from big schools that just will chew up and spit out a kid in a heartbeat. And come from our oldest was in a middle school that had 1,300 kids in it roughly. And the week after, or 2 weeks after we moved to Farmer, North Carolina, found out that a young man that sat behind him in 7th grade was caught with a .40 caliber handgun with multiple magazines in his backpack. It was just an unsafe environment. God told me He was moving us to a place of protection and preservation that we could still grow as a family. And they have done more than that and thrive in a small school. They don't care to go to a big school. They've had that option, and they had the option to go to Southwest. But because this was an applicant school, and giving the kids a choice to go to other schools, the numbers are down. And if the kids did not have a choice, then the numbers would be up. As well as nothing against hybrid academies, charter academies, private schools, but when counties give those options, your numbers are going to be down. The state's not going to give you as much money. So redistrict or whatever you have to do. But you've obviously heard so many good points from students, teachers, parents, and the impact that it's going to have if you guys make the choice to shut this down. There's other ways that you can budget and save the money. And our oldest, he thrived at Uwharrie Ridge. He was able to get into Pfeiffer University with a $140,000 scholarship, full ride scholarship to a prestigious school, something that I would not have been able to do for him, but because he was able to thrive at Uwharrie, it happened. My daughter is valedictorian at Uwharrie right now. If these students are pulled from this school, they're going to lose their scholarships. Multiple, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's going to be millions of dollars in scholarships, not hundreds of thousands of dollars in scholarships, millions of dollars in scholarships that these families don't have. I thank you for what you do. Last name is Hefner? Yes, Brandon Hefner. Thank you for your time.
State your name.
Jacob Rush. My name is Jacob Rush. I am the second graduating class of Uwharrie Ridge. I've spent my whole life with this school. I've had all my siblings go through this school. I've had my mother, my sister-in-law, all substitute. And my sister's a current teacher there now. I have a niece that's wanting to go to this school. I have a nephew in this school. And I have actually became a substitute this year and have been working with this school, with these students. And I've got to say, this is the brightest group I've seen in a very long time. Me being there, I've done nothing but praise the Lord for what He has given these students, because there are so many of them that their voices have been heard at this school and they've grown because of it. I am one of those people that grew because of this school. I found my voice, I found help that I needed because of this school. And there's nothing I wouldn't do. I would give my money, my house, my clothes off my back for these kids. And if you're not willing to make sacrifices for these kids, and you do not stand by that motto, because that is what they deserve, you have to make sacrifices for what is right and what the Lord has for them. Thank you for letting me speak. I hope you have a blessed night.
Well, I'm not going to speak. My name's Ryan Skipper. I wasn't going to get up there and talk. I got my company name on. I didn't want to ruin my name. Forget that. I work for another company. I do this on the side. I work for another company. I get the money side of it. I run $15 million every year. That's what my other company does. I get it. Some jobs don't make money. This school evidently is costing more money. I get that. I get that. Can you not get it from another school? Get it from Providence Grove. Get it from Randall. Take a little bit from those guys. Put it to these guys. Give these guys a chance. Like, they've not got a chance. The uniforms they get, pitiful. You go to Roundman. Now, I went to the volleyball game. I go to Roundman. I see that. I'm like, dude, what is this? Like, our stuff looks pitiful. And I'm sure we have to pay for it somewhere along the line. Let's take a little bit from somewhere else and give it to somebody else. I've got a 9th grade education. That's what I made it to personally. Not proud of that at all. My kid's sitting front row right there. And one of the biggest things I tell him, dude, you've got to finish school. If he has to go to Southwest, I can't promise that's going to happen. I don't blame him. I had to switch schools. I went to Asheboro. I played sports. 8th grade, I was offered a scholarship. You just finished school, man. You can come play baseball at UNCG. I rolled out. I switched schools. Was not the same environment. I'm hoping it don't happen to these kids. Y'all just really think about it. Think if y'all was in their shoes, what they would be faced with. And also think about the money side of it. Like I told you last year, I profited $15 million. I know that you cannot tell me that you cannot sit there and pull money from somewhere else to help this school out. Look at all these teachers, all these jobs. I hear y'all saying that y'all are going to promise them other jobs. I don't believe that. I don't believe it at all. I think that y'all are blowing smoke. Give them a chance. Give them a chance. If it ruins my name, I don't care. I said what I had to say. Thank y'all.
My name is Darrell Worley. I actually own the property right across from the school. My kids didn't get to make it in this year. I homeschooled them earlier. This has been the first year they've got to attend the school. We missed the deadline on it, so they didn't get to go. There are so many kids that love the school. The faculty loves the school. There's not too many schools out here that people can say they actually love. I mean, you know, you go because you have to. I mean, but you can look, I mean, I could bring in probably 100 more students just to get up here to testify. I mean, I am, you know, my kids love me. Education is the most important thing. I mean, our kids are our future. I mean, they're the key to our success. If we don't keep a school out there, I mean, yeah, y'all said the school dropped, but if you look at all the others, everybody else dropped too. I mean, there's still kids coming up. I mean, they just built a trailer park up higher. They're gonna be kids going there, you know, right there going to it. I mean, people moved to places for, you know, thinking the school's gonna be here. I mean, that's one of the things you look at when you buy real estate. I mean, where's the school at? I mean, you know, I mean, that was one of the big reasons I purchased the 95 acres across the road from it. I mean, you know, like I said, I got two little ones. They're in 7th and 8th grade. You know, I've got plenty of kids. I raised 10 of them. I mean, so, and like I said, the education is mostly important to me. And like I said, we got the faculties here to testify. I mean, they love the school. I love the school, and I ain't even, you know, I'm just across the road from it, you know, and my kids don't even go there, you know. So I appreciate y'all's time. Thanks for letting me talk, and I hope y'all do the right thing and keep the school going. Thank you.
I'm a 7th grader at Uwharrie Ridge 612. I don't have much to say because I wasn't very prepared. I just want to say I love this school. I love every single teacher there. I love all the students. And I mean, like that's our home. That's our family. Like we have relationships that we won't be able to have if we go to any other school there. I mean, not to mention the crowding, and most students would probably go to South, but like imagine the crowding in the hallways, not to mention if there's an emergency. I mean the crowding in the cafeterias, in the hallways, and the classrooms with the teachers. I mean, they're going to be overwhelmed. Just want to say at my school, I do volleyball, I do drama club with Miss Rush, and I'm in beta club. I love every single one of those. I love Miss Rush, even though she's not one of my personal home teachers, but she's another person I can rely on and count on. And I love my math teacher, everybody. I love them all. They're oh my gosh, I don't know what to say. They're always there for every single student, and they know us all. I mean, like another person said, they can tell if, you know, we're not having a good day just by the look on our face whenever we walk in. And we have a personal connection and relationship with them that I know we won't be able to have if we go to any other school. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you.
My name is Max Duran. Some people tonight could say I don't have the right to come up here and speak to you all, but I am a student at Randolph Early College High School, and I am very close with one of the families that heavily benefits from Uwharrie Ridge. As somebody a part of this community and has seen all the people come up here tonight, this is an anchor for them. This is a pillar in their community. They need this. not just because of the people's support, but because this is their lives, this is their livelihoods. These are kids that have only known Uwharrie or have found solace in Uwharrie. Tonight, you are taking a piece of them and possibly taking it away. Think about all the families that have benefited from this. Myself, I cannot say I did, but I know there's people in this crowd tonight who have. Think about them when you make your final decision, please. Thank you.
Beth Roberts. I was here earlier as a mom, Elfin Ellis. I was not planning to speak tonight for that reason, but I did want to speak. I'm speaking as a parent and as a staff member. I have been at Uwharrie Ridge since 2012, minus a couple of years that I went to a Guilford County school that had 1,000+ kids. As a teacher, I barely knew who was in my class, much less the kids that I didn't teach. So many of these kids tonight that I have not taught. And I'm back there crying because I'm so proud of them because I have personal connection with them, even if they've never set foot in my classroom. Because it is a family. And I know you hear that over and over, but it is important. I have kids that have spoken tonight that have come to me with problems, mental health problems, personal problems, that they feel comfortable coming to me. Because sometimes you don't feel comfortable coming to your actual teacher because you're going to have to see them every day in the classroom. Don't take that away. I currently teach juniors, and I've heard so many of them say that they will quit, they will drop out, they will change schools because they have gone 6, 7 years to graduate at Uwharrie. I know most kids go into middle school knowing they're going to change. That's the norm. We're not the norm. If the kids, and I say this even with my own kids, they'd gone in knowing they were going to change, it'd been a different mindset. You cannot throw that on them with 2 months notice. That is not fair to the parents, that is not fair to the students, that is not fair to our community, that is not fair overall. That's the part that, I'll be honest, just makes me angry about this, is the well-being of our students and our families are not being considered in this. I'm not even going to throw out the monies. I'm just going to say it's not being considered in this. You are looking at them as data, not as human beings. Every one of those people out there, students, family, every one of them are human beings. You need to think about their mental health, their future, their past. Again, they've gone into this planning on having the option to stay. It was offered to phase out. Awesome. Look at that option. Just do something. Now I'm going to take my last minute to talk as a mama. Y'all saw Ella a while ago. She would not be where she is. And I'm going to talk about my other child sitting back there, Charlie. He's a senior this year. Because he was seen, he was able to finish his high school career his junior year. He entered RCC this year as a full-time student in the photography program because he was seen. He would have had the option to take college classes everywhere else, but he'd have been in the mix. Cindy Godfrey, and they met with him individually and made sure he could be successful. And now he is going to walk in May or June from Uwharrie Ridge. He is going to walk next May from RCC with a 2-year degree because he was able to do that. And go into Wilmington, because hopefully that's where he's going to apply, because he is able to do that and he is seen. Charlie is an introvert. He would not have seeked out the help. But he was seen for the person that he is and for the capabilities he has. Think that. Thank you, guys.
My name is Brady Kearns. I was not supposed to be here today because I had surgery this morning, but I wanted to rush over here so I could say it. So this was in a letter format. So whomever may hear this in determination of the future of Uwharrie Ridge 612, my name is Brady Kearns and I am writing this letter on behalf of the students who attend Uwharrie Ridge. Herein is not an attempt at persuasion, but rather an account by a former student to remind Randolph County of students' present and future. I trust the readers that this letter, although written by a teenager, should be read to the full extent and interpreted as an equal viewpoint to any other member in the community. I'm currently a sophomore attending Randolph Early College High School. My time at Uwharrie Ridge 612 was during my 7th and 8th grade years. Only 3 students in my grade transferred to RCSS, including me. Others transferred to Southwest,
solely to continue their pursuit in sports. However, the majority of my graded students remained in Uwharrie Ridge 612. I left Southwestern Randolph Middle School after my 6th grade year due to my bad experience with other students. I felt that I was treated unfairly and harshly by most of my classmates. One of the many effects that came with the harassment was a drop in my grades. They were lower than they had ever been. Not only was I worried about my mental health, but also my grades. So this led to my decision to transfer to Uwharrie Ridge for the lasting extent of my middle school experience. And in retrospect, I feel that my decision was optimal. Although many are against the shutdown for the sake of the students, I'd like to shift everyone's attention to the teachers temporarily. When I transferred to Uwharrie Ridge 612, my teachers were the most supportive of my decision. Of every school I've attended, Uwharrie was objectively more attentive, encouraging, and actively helping students focus on setting goals for their future. Some of these instructors at the time included Dakota Boggs, Angel Freeland, Kelly Hill, Stuart Ray, and Cody Yandel. Each of these teachers, along with many others, strongly influenced my choices as a student and as a planner of my future career. The most crucial part about these teachers that stood out to me was that they didn't just teach a class like many teachers in my past, but they also taught students as individuals. They were prepared to focus on every student one by one. When I came to Uwharrie Ridge, I was met with the challenge of starting over socially, meaning I knew little to no one. Transferring to any other school, this would have been excruciatingly difficult, but in Uwharrie Ridge 612, I was immediately relieved. Furthermore, I don't want to overshadow the bad by the good, for my account would be incomplete without it, and it would not be improved if it weren't addressed. I witnessed an abundance of students who lack motivation. I believe the issue lies in a lack of interest. If Randolph County would insist on exponential budget cuts and constraints, the students and school would be able to offer more for the sake of keeping students engaged and enrolling new students. So, I had a much longer letter, but I have to end it here. As the Apostle Paul once said in Acts chapter 20, verse 30, I have shown you in every way by laboring this that you must support the weak, and remember the words of the Lord Jesus that he said, it is more blessed to give than to receive.
Thank you.
How you doing? My name is Brian Hurley. I have 3 children. One has already passed through Uwharrie Ridge. So I just want to shed light on kind of what we've dealt with as a family. We have a child at Tabernacle Elementary. So my wife works off Mahone Road in Greensboro. She gets up, she drives to Tabernacle, she drops our son off, she drives to Uwharrie Ridge, drops our daughter off. I convinced my sister to move her children to Tabernacle. So she actually picks up our son and then goes to pick our daughter up. Went through all the appropriate channels, she had moved. We, talked the district up and said it was a really good school system. So what we're facing with as parents is, it's not quite as easy to get from Tabernacle to Southwestern Randolph. And that is not something I've heard anybody mention. That's our situation personally. So what we're trying to figure out is do I put my 14-year-old daughter on a bus at 5:55? I have to be at work at 5:15. I work for a furniture manufacturer. I work 5:15 to 4 o'clock. My wife works 8:30 to 5. So my sister helps us. So that's the issue we're dealing with. I kind of want to just give you an idea of what we had going on. Appreciate you guys' time. Appreciate you guys listening. I don't envy you. I don't want to be in your situation. I know it's really difficult. I hope you guys can find a way. As a parent, it's really tough. The other issue as a father that I deal with is my daughter just turned 14, so she's getting a permit next year, and I'm going to have to put my 16-year-old daughter on Highway 64 in a car and hope and pray to God that she doesn't get hit. As an inexperienced driver, going from 11-minute ride to a 23-minute ride, could have happened on the way to Uwharrie Ridge. Fully understand that. Probably will send her the back way so she doesn't have to go to 64 if Southwest is the option. Hope it works out. Appreciate you guys. Thanks so much.
My name is Bobby Heilig. You heard my daughter Katie speak earlier. She's a Uwharrie graduate. I'm coming not only as a mom, but also I work at a children's home. I'm a supervisor for house parents for kids that live on our campus that are in custody of DSS. And so I did not realize just how blessed my daughter was for the public school that she was able to attend. Now I'm on another side of it, and I see children who have extreme trauma that are in a school system, and it's not Randolph County. But I see what it's like when students do not have the support that they need from teachers. And I realize that they can fall through the cracks. And when you hear teachers say and students say that they could easily fall through the cracks, and when you hear them speak about their mental health, it's real. I see what can happen when kids who need a little extra, who would benefit from smaller class sizes, I see what happens when those children do not receive that, and it is not good. So I know you guys have tough decisions that you have to think about. Something else I want to bring to the table is that there was a young lady that my daughter and some of the men and women in here were friends with. She passed away from a health condition at a very young age. And I saw teachers and staff from Uwharrie Ridge, custodians, show up for this family at her funeral. Because when they say it's like a family, it's like a family. This community comes together and they support each other. So I know you guys have a tough decision, and I'm praying that you take all of it into consideration. And I don't know the budget, and I don't know all of those things. But I do know that there will be kids that will lose their voice. So thank you for your time, and I'm praying for you guys.
All right, I guess this completes our public hearing. Next Monday night, we'll have it's the vote to decide what to do. I'm going to leave you with this tonight. Just me personally. When I came in here tonight, it's a tough job. When some of you want to say we don't care, or some of the things I heard tonight, the hostility shown. You know what? That's not the kind of people we are. We're put in a big situation, a bad situation, a tough situation, and we do represent the whole county. But what I have learned tonight is, how a community. I mean, I've kind of lost that myself. Barry, I grew up. We used to be a small community, and everybody would come together and know each other and rally around the troops, I would say. But I saw that tonight, and that makes me think about the community and the love for your community, the passion you've shown tonight. And that's special that you guys have that. And another thing, I watched some of the students tonight, and I would be lying to you if I didn't worry about what tomorrow held for some of them. It's just a tough decision, and there'll be a lot of praying going on. And I'm speaking for the whole board. We don't take this lightly, and sometimes I wish I wasn't here tonight because it's just a bad situation. I don't even. Anyway, I do appreciate you coming out tonight, and I guess next Monday night at our meeting, where our rules are, if anyone wants to speak, we'll have up to 30 minutes. That's all the public comments that could be allowed that night. But that's what the night was for to hear from you. And I'm sure all board members are listening, and probably a lot of discussion. And I'm sure everyone will speak some next week when we're here. That'll be more of the time, I'm sure, for board members to share what they're thinking and elaborate on some of the things you said and maybe explain things a little better. But anyway, I'll let it close with that, and thank you for coming. May God bless. Good night.
Motion to adjourn.